There I was, upside down. Nothing on the clock but the maker's name, and I were flying backwards in me Ultralight Motorglider, me VJ24W SUNFUN Budgerigar, with a 22 horsepower French engine. But I were taken off downwind, which is a stupid friggin' thing to be doing. And so I crashed. And the aeroplane has not ever been repaired. It's been sitting here in the aeroplane trailer waiting for a day when I feel like repairing my anti-gravity machine. In the meantime, it's not bad storage space. As you can see, there's not much wrong with the rear fuselage or the tail surfaces. They're absolutely tickety-boo, fine, no drama. Same with the wings. However, halfway along the fuselage boom, this is what happened when I finished upside down in the potato patch. The streamlined pod, which I designed to go around what Volmer Jensen had left and what Frank Smallman had left, isn't in bad condition if you stop looking at it at the A-frame. Alright, the whole rear end of the aeroplane is pretty good, really. From the wing leading edge backwards, the only problem is the broken fuselage tube. It doesn't look too bad from the engine mounts. However, as you come down and get a bit of a view of the fuselage, you can see that all is not well. The instrument panel is attached to a fuselage pod which has been completely and thoroughly demolished by the fence post that came in not quite on the centre line, because, would you believe it, the aluminium hand beaten nose cone is almost undamaged. But yeah, that's what a fence post does to an ultralight on a downwind takeoff. There I was, upside down. Nothing on the clock but the maker's name. And I were going backwards. But there's the instrument panel, of which I was so proud. I've taken the tachometer out of it for repairs, but everything else is still there. And this is one of my one-day projects. One day I'll make the levitation machine go again, so that I'm in a position to sit here wearing a flying helmet and goggles and not feel stupid as I enjoy the view forwards in my Ultralight Motorglider. And for the record, yes, this dent here, I put that there with my forehead. That's how come the goggles have a busted lens, right? The day I flew upside down and backwards over a fence into a potato patch because I got talked into a downwind takeoff. The spectators didn't like the idea of going over the fence and then choosing whether I was going to go under the power line or over the power line when I crossed the road. So, here is the lesson. If you're flying the aeroplane, you make the decisions, not the spectators. Here's another final glorious shot. I specially designed this rudder pedal so that I wouldn't get a broken talus. And I didn't. I got a broken calcaneum instead. This is the welded steel tube rudder bar mounting that the fence post was finally stopped by before I did my celebrated inverted flight. Warbles on a lot to YouTube. I hope you enjoyed that. Ciao.